This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, good evening everyone. So yesterday we understood about exception handling, different types of exception, okay, how to handle the exception and all. Today we shall understand collection framework. Before going to that, let us understand about some of the features of array. Now, if I declare an array of size 4, I can give value to a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3. But if I try to put some value to a of 4, right? So what will happen? It runs, it compiles, but at the runtime, it throws me array index out of bound exception. Why? Because array is fixed for the size 4. It cannot take the fifth element, means array is fixed in size. Array is fixed in size. Now, if I take one array of size 1000 and if I add value to only b of 0, so what will be the length of my array? My array length will be 1000 only. But how many memory space I am utilizing? Only one. So array will not decrease its size nor increase its size dynamically. Array size is fixed. Array size is fixed. So this is the drawback for us. We want someone who is dynamic in nature, who grows when required, who shrinks when it is required. Then, for the array A, I can't do this because array is homogeneous. It can take only one type of value. It cannot hold multiple type of value. Array is what? Homogeneous. This is another drawback for us. Okay, so we want someone heterogeneous who can take any type of object that we give or any type of value that we give. Then array don't have any methods. Array don't have any methods, inbuilt methods, like for example, sort method, find method. Okay, there is no such methods. If at all you want to find something, you need to write a code. If you want to sort an array, you need to write a code. So all these drawbacks, okay, made a way to create a framework called as collection framework. So to overcome the drawbacks of array, a new concept called as collection framework came into picture. Collection framework. Framework means collection of ready-made utility. Collection of ready-made utility means in framework everything is ready-made. We need to just understand how to use it, when to use it. Okay. So with the collection framework, we need to understand how to use it, when to use it, and what to use. Okay. So all the classes and interfaces related to collection framework are present in java.util package. Okay. In collection framework, we can deal with only non-primitive. In collection framework, we have two major interfaces. One is collection, one more is map. In collection framework, we have two major interfaces. One is collection and one is map. Now, let us see about collection. Collection is an interface which has been inherited by set, list, queue. In set, we have asset, linked asset, preset. Array list, vector, linked list, priority queue. Okay. So many more are there. Let's not worry much about the queue. Okay. So here, collection is a interface. Set is a interface. List is a interface. Queue is a interface. Okay, so I said reset, linked, I said all are classes. Okay, so this is the hierarchy of collection. In collection framework, we have two major interfaces. One is collection, one is map. Map, we shall see it later. First, we shall talk about collection. Now, first, let us take list. In list, we shall talk about array list first. Let's create the object of array list. Array list. Now, we can add the elements to array list. Al dot add. We should use which method? Add 15. Now, 15 gets added to the list. Al dot add 2.4. Now, array list will grow by one position and 2.4 gets added. Al dot add A. So array list grows by one position and adds the element E. So this is my array list. So we have an index 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now I can get the elements of an array by telling al dot get of 0. Al dot get of 0. Okay, I will get whatever the value present in A of array list of 0 index. Similarly, I can tell al dot get of 1. Similarly, I can tell al dot get of 2. Similarly, al dot get of 3. If I want to generalize it, what I can do is I can write a for loop for int I is equals to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. Al dot get of 0. Sorry, get of I. See, get method will keep on returning me the elements present inside the array list. So 15 is an integer object. It is not int, guys. Okay, why? Because in collection framework we can deal only with non-primitives. Okay, so this is integer, this is double, D capital, this is not char, this is character, C capital. Okay, this is string, all are non-primitives. So to hold it, I will take one reference variable of type object. Why I am taking object is why? Because once you will get integer, another time you might get double, sometime you will get character, sometimes we will get string. So object type variable can hold any of the object. Why? Because object is the supermost class in Java. So then you can print R. Now let us see this. Main method. ArrayList, it is not compiling. Why? Because ArrayList is a class present in java.util package. So we need to import it. Let us import it. Then al.add 15 dot add 2.4 dot Priya. Okay, let me use 4 first. So we are printing R. Okay, we are getting all the objects that we have loaded into the array list. Clear, everyone? Okay, done. So now, if we want to get how many objects present in the array list, we have a method called as size. We have a method called as size. Size is a method which returns the I'll make it size of collection. Size is a method which returns the size of collection. Okay. So now let us run. It returns us 4. 4 is the size of our collection. So now let us do like this. For I is equals to 0, I less than L dot size I plus plus. So we are getting all the elements. So similarly, we can also get the objects from the collection using what? For each loop. For object r colon array list sysco r. Clear? So we are getting the objects from using for each loop. So that means we can also retrieve the objects from the collection using what? For each loop. How does the for each loop works? We have understood already when we understood about the array. Clear? So the data type variable colon array or collection. So here we have a collection. So that is array list. So we are giving array list here. Clear everyone? Any doubt on this? Okay. Similarly, to retrieve the objects from the collection, we can use iterator. Okay, 0. We can use what? Iterator. Iterator is an interface present in java.util package. We can get the iterator type object by calling iterator method. Whenever you call the iterator method, you will get the iterator type object. I'm telling iterator type object, not iterator object. Okay, iterator type object. So in the iterator interface, we have three methods. That is next, as next, remove. This returns as object. This returns as boolean. And this does not return as anything. Okay, iterator has three methods, that is next, has next, and remove. Okay. Now, for example, let us take iterator is in pointing to zeroth index. If I tell iterator next, iterator.next, so what iterator will do? Iterator will go to the next index and it will return me the object present in the 1th index. Similarly, again, if I tell iterator.next, it will go to the next index and returns the object present in that index. Again, if I tell iterator.next, it goes to the next index and returns the object present in that index. Until I keep on telling next, 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 it keep on moving to the next respective indexes. If there is no object or if there is no index existing, then, but if you still tell next, it will throw you an exception telling that no such element found exception. Okay. Okay. So let me get the iterator type object first. al.iterator. Whenever we call the iterator method, we get the iterator type object. So now iterator will be pointing to the -1th index. Iterator is pointing to the -1th index. Now if you tell it.next, iterator will move to the 0th index. Iterator will move to the 0th index and it returns you the object present in that index, that is 15. Okay, so now iterator is in the 0th index. Now again, if you tell it.next, iterator will move to the next index and it returns the object present in that index, that is 2.4. Again, if you tell it.next, it moves to the next index and returns the object present in that index, A. Again, if you tell it.next, it moves to the next index and it returns the next object, that is Priya. Again, if you tell it.next, it compiles, no issue, but when you run, it throws an exception. It throws an exception. So what we can do is, we can check it dot has next. it.next will return true if there is an object in the next index. Else, it returns false if there is no object or if there is no index existing. Okay, so it.next will return true if the next index is existing. it.next will return false if the next index is not existing. But it will not move the cursor. Only the next method will move the cursor. As next will just check is there an index present in the next position. Okay, it will not move to the next position. It just checks. Okay, So what we can do now is we can write one while loop while it dot has next. So if there is an index existing, then we can tell object r is equals to it dot next, and then we can print system dot out with the r. Again, now we shall see this. Iterator. See, iterator got imported from java dot util package. See, it got imported. Iterator it is equals to al dot iterator while it dot as next object r is equals to it dot next. Now let me run it. See, we are getting all the objects. So this is how we are going to iterate the objects using iterator. Clear? Any doubt on this? Okay. Similar to iterator, we have one more interface called as list iterator. So this is the method of list interface. List iterator is also present in java.util package. It has a method called as next. Hope you guys know what is a next method do. It has next, remove. Along with this, it has two more methods. Previous, which returns object, and has previous. So these are the five methods that are available in list iterator. So previous will move in the backward direction, okay, and returns the object. As previous will check is there an index existing, okay, by checking the previous index, not the future index. It checks for the previous index. Clear? So list iterator can move in bidirection, whereas iterator can move in unidirection. Okay, so we have an array list. Let us take list iterator. Can get the list iterator object by calling a list iterator method. And while has next r. Okay, Okay, just for your understanding, I will put one message here. Okay, so forward direction we are moving 15 to 0.48 PR. So similarly, we can move in the backward direction. As previous. Object R is equals to LST dot previous sprint R. Clear? See, it is printing in the backward direction here. Are you able to understand this? Clear? Any doubt on this? Okay. See, to retrieve the objects from the collection, okay, there are many ways. To retrieve the objects from the list, we have for, for each, iterator, and list iterator. Whichever the way you are comfortable, you can use it to retrieve the objects. There is no rule you should use for, there is no rule that you should use for each, there is no rule you should use only iterator or only list iterator. There is no rule. These are the four different ways. Any way which is comfortable to you, you can use that way to retrieve the objects from the collection. Clear? One more thing, guys, here. In the list iterator, first you should move in the forward direction. Then only you can move in the backward direction. Okay, so sir, if you just create the object of like list iterator and if you just try to move in the backward direction, it won't work. Okay, at least one step forward you should move. See, one step forward I am moving. So at least one step backward you can come. Okay, if at all won't move one step forward, you can't come even one step backward direction. Clear? First you have to move in the forward direction, then you can come in the backward direction. Clear? Okay. So now array list AL is equals to new array list. Now interviewer will tell take an array list, take an array list and make sure it takes only double type objects. So now my array list can take any type of objects I give. But interviewer is telling take an array list which takes only double type object. Now let us see how to do that. Array list okay, then we should tell double. BL is equals to new array list double. This type what? Double. So array list of type double. Now bl dot add 5.9 bl dot add 10. See, is it compiling? No, it won't compile. Why? Because we have said RLS to take only double type objects. So it can take only double type objects, no other type at any worst case. See, it's not at all taking them. So what I do, 10.45, this I changed to 2.89, 3.6. Okay, now we can retrieve it using for loop. For int I is equals to 0, I less than bl dot size I plus plus. Now we can take double only. Okay, so why I am taking double here rather than object? Why? Because my array list is of type double. So if my array list is of non-generic type, then I should go with object only. Why? Because there are different types of objects present here. But when you come here, there is a unique object. So if you take double type variable, it can hold all the double objects. Why? Because our array list is of type double. If my array list is of type integer, take integer. If my array list is of type string, take string. Clear? Okay. So I'll take array list of type string. Cl dot add Geeta David Simran. Okay, so four names I added. So to retrieve it, you can take a for loop, for each iterator or list iterator as you wish. So for anyways, you know how to take it now. Let me go for each. You might ask me, because why are you not taking object? Why? Because my array list is of type string. If my array list is of type non-generic, means it is having different types of objects, then I would have taken object. But here we have a unique type. We have only string objects, and moreover my array list is of type string. So we can take string directly. Clear? Similarly, I'll take one more array list of type character. New array list of type character. Okay, so now we can take an iterator type character. We are taking iterator of type character. Iterator. Now while it dot as next, so now we can retrieve all the objects using iterate. Similarly, we can retrieve it using for each, okay, iterator and even list iterator also. Clear? So that is what you should do now. So take this example, you retrieve it using for each, iterator, list iterator. Then take the next example, retrieve it using for each, iterator and list iterator. Take the other example, okay, that is with character, retrieve it using for each and list iterator. Okay, okay, that is your assignment. You should work on that. If you get any doubt, let me know. Okay, so now I'll take one more array list of type integer. This is of type integer. Six. Okay, now let us take list iterator of type integer. Why I'm taking list iterator of type integer? Why? Because it is a array list of type integer. So you can take a list iterator of type integer. If array list is of type double, take a list iterator of type double. If array list is of type string, take a list iterator of type string. Okay. While lst dot as next, then it is an integer, so I can take x is equals to al dot next of x. Backward direction. Forward direction. Clear? Fine. So similarly, what you do, you take this example and work with for each iterator, okay, and also list iterator. Anyways, we're done with list iterator, but still, I want you guys to work on it. Clear? Any doubt on it? Okay, yes. So similar to array list, in list, we have one more. What is that? Linked list. New linked list li dot add 100 li dot add a 5.1. So now to retrieve it, same, we can use for loop. For int I is equals to 0, I less than li dot size I plus. I'll take object R, li dot get of I, can print it R. So writing wise, retrieving wise, that there is no difference between array list and linked list. Both are same. Okay, only the internal architecture is different, but externally there is no difference between linked list and the array list. Okay. Using for loop. Similarly, let us see for each. For object r colon, so can retrieve it using for each as well. Similarly, using iterator. Iterator it is equals to li dot iterator, while it dot as next okay, why are we taking object? Because my array list, my linked list is not generic, it is not specific, it is not specific to double or string or integer. So we are taking object. If it was specific to something like integer or double, then we would have went and taken that respective type. Similarly, using list iterator. List iterator, list iterator, while lit dot as next object r is equals to lit dot next r. Similarly, while lit dot as previous object r is equals to lit dot previous. Forward, backward. Okay, see, we are able to retrieve using for loop, for each, iterator, list iterator, that is in backward and forward direction. No difference. Okay, it is common, it is same, but internal architecture is different. That we will understand it later. So don't worry about that part. Okay. Now I can take linked list of type double. So now this linked list will take only double type objects. It will not take any other type. If you want linked list of type string, you take a linked list of type string. So your assignment is you take a linked list of type string and linked list of type character and retrieve the objects using for each, and list iterator and iterator. So now for int I is equals to 0, I less than li dot size I plus plus. Now we can take double. Why? Because linked list is of type double. Similarly, for each we can type double. Why? Because my linked list is of type double. Iterator we can take of type double. Why? Because my linked list is of type double. List iterator type double. So previous so what we can do here using for loop, using for each, using iterator, list iterator, forward direction, backward direction. Clear? So you can see all of them getting iterated. So what you will do, you will take a linked list of type double and work on the example character and string. Okay, so that will be your assignment. So work on it. Clear? Any doubt on this? Okay. So now let us take vector. New vector. So to the vector, you can add Okay, so whatever you want. So to retrieve the things from the vector, so we can use same like whatever, right? We have iterator, list iterator, and all. So all those things can be used. Okay, so your test v vector. That's it. Clear now. Let's run it. Clear. So we are able to retrieve all the things from the vector. Clear. So what you will do is you will take a vector of type character, vector of type string, vector of type integer, okay, and retrieve the objects using them. Fine, guys. So now it's your assignment, okay. So to take a vector of type string, vector of type character, vector of type integer, and retrieve the elements using for each, and iterator and list iterator. Similarly, linked list of type character, linked list of type string, okay, and retrieve them using respective for each, iterator, and list iterator. Similarly, take an array list of type string, array list of type double, array list of type integer, okay, and retrieve it using for each, iterator, and list iterator. Okay, so today we understood about the list, how to add the objects, and how to retrieve the objects. Tomorrow we shall see what is the difference among these, okay, and the methods available with respect to list. Clear? Fine. Any other doubts, guys? Okay, fine. So please practice on these things. So we'll catch up tomorrow. Have a nice time, guys. Thank you.